Hi, everyone. Well, welcome back. In all the years that I've been doing this channel, about 14 years now, I can't remember a period where I went this far without a new video. I just haven't had anything I wanted to talk about, and I kind of had my enthusiasm for the new Paul McCartney album, which is called The Boys of Dungeon Lane, in case you hadn't heard, died down a bit because, I'm just taking a break from it. And then one of my regular viewers gave me a comment, and in the comment under one of my videos or live streams, he said, "Hey Joe, something like, how does it feel to be a fanboy, Joe?" I go, "Check this video out." And I looked over, and sure enough, there's a video out there by someone that's entitled "The Fanboys of Dungeon Lane." That's a clever title. I like that. The Fanboys of Dungeon Lane. If you're gonna put down people who love the album, you might as well call them fanboys. I like that, a play on Boys at Dungeon Lane. But anyway, I watched the video. I didn't agree with it, but this is going back a week or two, maybe a week, I don't know. And I decided I had nothing really to say about it. The person who left a comment for me said, "Are you gonna do a rebuttal video? Are you gonna do a rebuttal video?" And I said, "No, I have no reason to, primarily because I wasn't named in the video, and I think that's a wise move because I don't fit anything that this person's talking about. I like to think the reason I wasn't named was because I don't really fit it. I don't fit the description. I don't fit the stereotype that he's trying to portray. That's sycophants, basically people that cannot be objective whatsoever about Sir Paul McCartney. Now, let me start by saying I certainly know those types of people. There's a lot of people I know, forget it, Paul is their hero. Paul is somebody that can do no wrong, even when he does wrong. And they don't want to criticize him for anything. And I get it. So I'm trying to be fair here in the sense that I'm not saying it's really about me, but, this new album, it hit number one on the charts. The charts don't mean much these days at all. They're not even physically driven by physical media. Number one in England, number 5 in the US. And then, of course, right from there, it plummeted. Surprise, surprise! This is not 1965 anymore. It's not 1975 anymore. It's not even 1985 anymore. That's what happens when an artist is like 84 years old. I mean, nobody expects Paul McCartney to stay on the charts longer. So it's pointless to go around and compare how a 30-year-old Paul, doesn't match an 80-year-old Paul and everything. Come on, that's lame. But anyway, the point of that video I'm talking about was that it seems like there's so many people out there that won't face the truth. Like supposedly, and I'm paraphrasing, by the way. This is complete paraphrasing, and it's from memory, okay? Basically that, people will not admit that supposedly this new album isn't very good, or it's just okay at best. Some things are okay, but it doesn't match up to his greatest music. A lot of people say that. I'm going to go even farther than this video I'm talking about and just talk in general. A lot of people will say that, they'll be fans and they'll say, yeah, it's okay, the new album, it's pretty good, but it's nothing to match his glory days. What is this mentality that people have that automatically, without question, anything that's a new album by an old legendary artist cannot be anywhere near anything that they did in their glory days of when they were young? Why is that? Last year's album by the Rolling Stones, what is it called? The Hackney Diamonds album. I loved that album. I praised it. I said Hackney Diamonds was one of the best Rolling Stones albums they ever did. I haven't heard all of them, but I heard a lot of the great ones. And I got to tell you, I think Hackney Diamonds is one of their best albums. It doesn't matter that they're 80 years old, okay? I'm tired of this. This is my beef. My beef is I'm just tired just because it's new, just because the person is aged a bit, or persons, the band or the individual artist. Already there's blinders. The person who made this video, I mean, obviously is saying that there's some people out there, and it's true, there are some who just will not be objective about somebody they love, and to them everything's automatically great. Well, That is true for some, not me, but some. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn that on its ear and say, what about you and other people who it's the opposite thing? Just because it's new, automatically it can't be as great as the old. Right away you have blinders on, or you going la 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 in your ears and say, no, 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 this stuff is nothing like Band on the Run. It's nothing like the Beatles, Sergeant Pepper, or whatever it might be. I don't love every album that Paul McCartney puts out. I mean, this is the new one. I didn't love McCartney 3. I liked it. I didn't like really too much at all Egypt Station, the one before it. So I don't just come out here and automatically say, Paul McCartney, yeah, he's my guy. I'm a fanboy at heart. This guy is perfect. No. The reason that I love this album is because it is damn near perfect, okay? Like it or not, the jury has spoken. What's the jury? The general public and the general critic circle, okay? After an album comes out, it could be an album, it could be a movie. When something comes out, there are opinions out there. And you get a general vibe. The general consensus is that this is an exceptional album. The consensus is it's one of Paul McCartney's best albums of the 21st century. And the consensus overall says that maybe it's one of the best he's ever done. Some people, like Rolling Stone, use the word masterpiece. Now, I know some people think you have to let years and years and years and years go by to see if this is able to be called a true masterpiece. You can't just come out and say it. Well, I think this is one of Paul's masterpieces. One of them. Notice I didn't say his single masterpiece, but it's definitely one of them. Given his age, and that's not an excuse. That's not an excuse. Given his age and what he's able to put across on this, and how he's able to sound, and how he's able to write and still sing for this period of his life, and the things he's singing about, a lot of it about his young years and his youth and looking back, and even looking present. He also sings about things like his wife Nancy from today. It's not all about looking back, but there's lots of melody on here. I don't know what some people are talking about. You have to listen sometimes more than once, and that's another thing, okay? Another thing that people will say. I don't have to listen more than once. I listen once and I either like it or I don't. Now, that can be true for me too. I can't speak for anybody out there. I'll speak for myself, I guess. I know there are some albums I can listen to one time and I love it immediately. That was the case with Hackney Diamonds. But when it comes to Paul McCartney, the artist really I'm talking about here, and his solo albums, believe it or not, a lot of his albums I had to hear 2-3 times before they really started to click, maybe more. A person who made the video that I'm talking about, I believe, said he listened to the album 2.5 times. 2.5. A half from what I think, because he couldn't really get through it the third time. Look, there's just as many blinders about stuff that comes out today as the blinders that some of the sycophants put up that say he can't do anything wrong. Okay, do I believe that only one listen is possible? Sometimes, yes. An album like this, no. I think this is an album that rewards with repeated listens. That's just my opinion. I think it can reward with repeated listens. I think it deserves that. Some of his greatest albums, believe it or not, Tug of War, way back in 1982, I needed a few listens before I loved it. Believe it or not. Also, Chaos and Creation in the Backyard, an album now which I revere quite a bit. Didn't like it at all the first listen, or first 2.5 listens, but by the fourth, I was like, yeah, I'm starting to hear things I didn't hear before, pick up on instruments I didn't before, maybe hearing some hooks and, earworms that didn't quite leap out at me at first. Yeah, I'm feeling the vibe, So, anyway, I wanted to put my 3 cents in, and I wanted to do this partly because, hey, look, I needed some content, and there's nothing new coming out right now, and I also want to give credit at the end of this, if you made it this far, to Two Legs. That's Tom and Andy, because they did a ranking. I haven't watched all of it yet. I was starting to watch it. They ranked the songs on this album, and I'll give them a little attention for that. But at the beginning, before they ranked it, they're the ones that also called this guy out, and I'm going to do the same. They inspired me, so thank you guys. You inspired me to say, yeah, what the hell? I'm gonna weigh in on this as well. And those are my feelings, you know. I always love the honesty. I give kudos to the video for being honest, saying it like he feels, but coming on as I don't know, just some kind of like, I don't know, purveyor of what is and what isn't, you know, kind of thing, you know. It's all opinions, of course, and not everyone who loves the album or every fan is doing it just because they can't see the truth.